Alright, we're going to try to get out before the weather looks great right now here. Um, Toward Greensboro, North Carolina, all that area. Awful. Awful weather. By the way, this is a nice airport. This is Detroit, and usually I'm flying at night, so I don't get to observe the airport in the daytime. This is really nice. Yeah, really nice. Okay. Alright, so this is Detroit Metro Wayne County Airport. We're flying to John Glenn Columbus International Airport. This it's not a long flight at all, less than 200 miles. And this is normally a SkyWest flight. We will not fly in this flight above 17,000 feet, in fact. So this is kind of a very low to the ground flight here. Okay, let's go ahead. In fact, because we're not planning on being on the ground very long, let's get our IRSs aligned. We are going to go ahead and fire up the APU because, like I said, we're not going to be on the ground very long. We're going to follow all the proper steps, but we're not going to be here for very long. Cold and dark for the A321. For me, usually it's not dark, so and let's go ahead and get these up. Make sure the APU is on. We'll know her in a minute. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and disconnect. Well, that's not the way I wanted to do it. It's supposed to be a lot smoother than that. But we're going to get the APU on. We're going to go ahead and take the chocks off. Back there in the cabin, we're going to knock the lights down a little bit. Because it's the middle of the day, it's going to be pretty bright back there already. Predictive wind shear, we want to the auto position. Okay. And let's go ahead and init. We're going to ask for our initial request for our flight. And let's align the IRS. We're going to go ahead and look at our performance. We're going out on runway 04 right. Configuration is going to be flex, 1 flex. We're going to compute that. And go to performance on our McDo. It says our flex is 55. Let's go and put that in. And we're going out on flaps 1 and thrust up 0.1. So that's 1 up 0.1. And this runway is 0.4 right. This may or may not work. It won't. Forget it. And then our speeds, our V1's 155, 155, 158. Great. Okay, on our flight plan, we're going to go to our departure. 04 right. And we are going out on the Clavin 3. None. There we go. Okay. And if we don't have any changes, we're coming in on 28 left at John Glenn. So we're going to go out on a limb and we're going to go ahead and put that in here. 28 left. That's going to be a Dublin Essie. We're going to enter that. Okay. We should look good there. So our flight plan and our information is entered. And 30.06 on our QNH. Navs to nav. Navs to nav. We're at 170. And I'm going to use something I normally don't use, but there's no sense in not ever using it, and that's it can be hit and miss at times, but we're going to enter a flight plan in the stock ATC system. I don't like this, by the way, how you have to find your plane. They don't make that very intuitive. We're at SKW. Well, let's say that. Flight number is SKW 37601. 7601. And our flight plan, we're going to pull this from our sim brief right here. We're going to copy this. That did not go well. There we go. Some fields need my attention because it doesn't understand them. That's fine. Which, that would be that. And I think that took. It did not. Alright, we'll go with that.
Metro delivery. Air France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. Airbus A321neo. Request IFR clearance. Port Columbus International.
Over France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. Clear to Port Columbus International. Routing as filed. Climb via Charlie Lima Victor India November 3. Accept maintain 5000. Swap 2003. Altimeter 3006.
Cleared IFR to Port Columbus International. Route as filed. Climb via Charlie Lima Victor India November 3. Accept maintain 5000. Swap 2003. Altimeter 3006. Air France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601.
Over France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. Raceback correct. Contact ground 119.25. When ready for taxi.
Okay, so I've turned us into an Air France for this flight. All right, let's go with it. You know what? I don't think, short of refiling it, I don't think I can fix that. You know what? Let's just go with it. They want to call us Air France. Let them call us Air France.
Metro Craft. Air France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. Alpha 11. Altimeter 3006. Request start hub.
Over France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. Information Juliet current.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right. Yeah, a little not quite. It's there. SkyWest is there down that long list, and yeah, I could probably find it, but let's just be Air France today. just go with it.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed, and we're ready to connect.
Good deal. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light 'em up. Great news for us is we're really close to our runway.
Cool, cool, cool.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
So far.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
I have, all the times I've been at Detroit, I don't think I've parked. I haven't left from here before. Okay.
Metro Air France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. Request taxi from Alpha 114 departure.
Over France, Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. Information, Juliet current, runway 22 left, taxi via Juliet, Bravo, Yankee, and Yankee Niner. Cross runway 09 left, hold short of runway 22 left.
Information Juliet, runway 22 left, taxi via Juliet, Bravo, Yankee, and Yankee Niner. Cross runway 09 left, hold short runway 22 left. Air France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601.
It will not let me go on a different runway, so
Metro Air France Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. Cancel IFR.
Over France, Sierra Kilo Whiskey 37601. IFR cancel squawk 1200.
and it took back its little lines. So what I've chosen to do is we're not going to use ATC. I'm not changing runways. We're just going to go with runway 04 right, like our flight plan says. Alright, we're going to hold short at runway 22 left here. Excuse me, at runway 04 right. And we're going to set our flaps to the 1 position. Our auto brake is already on armed. Our chronos are reset, and our auto brake is max. Right. Right, forward pressure on yoke. We're on flex, toga. I'm getting a really strong pull to the right. Right. V1. Rotate. Positive right. Gear up. Retracting flaps. Autopilot. Set to climb thrust. And we're coming back in line with Flavin. And we're initial climb to 5,000. We're now climbing to 170. We had a hard stop at 7,000 at Averill, 250 knots, and 7,000 for the next 3 nautical miles. And then we will continue our climb. Our next stop, it looks like maybe 10,000. We'll see. Beautiful. Alright, we're climbing again. Like I said, the next, we may have a stop at 10,000 at 250 knots. Checking our information here. Actually, it's 2998. 2998. Temp is 22. Winds are 60 at 7. And decision height is 200. And we should make it up to our cruise altitude here in just a moment. Alright, we're coming in on ILS 28 left, Dublin arrival. And it looks like we'll never go to standard STD for the whole flight. We'll stay at 17,000. We'll go ahead and set up for our arrival, which will be medium braking. Our landing performance, 28 left. Brake mode, medium. Ooh, we're overweight. Let's redo our weight. Right. I went ahead and reset so it would put the most current info in there, and we're good. Coming in at 2998. Oh, brake mode. Let's go back to medium. And 147 is our full flap speed, full configuration. We'll have a transition when we get to T's set up for our arrival. Or is it T's? And then to Becky, but I think I want Buzzley in there. C L I Buzzley. I want that to be here. Try that again. And we'll have to direct ourselves, since we don't have regular ATC when we get near there. We'll direct ourselves from T's to Buzzley. It's not a terribly big deal. I noticed we haven't been flying about 250. Oh, actually, no, 270 knots. restriction at 0,000 and 250 knots. We'll be at that for about 25 miles. Let's go ahead and arm our brake. 10 nautical miles. The purple on the left horizon, or for the altitude, is your indicator of I think a restriction or requirement for where we are right now. 8 more miles, we have to stay at the same altitude. Over to the right, you see where it says SE 250 and then 10,000 with a little purple asterisk. That's basically a restriction or a also the weather's holding up for us here. Looks like we'll be at 10,000 for really 11 miles. Because we only got 35 miles left. Okay. Alright, we are going to shift to, yep, it's time. Activate approach phase. One flaps one. cleared direct to Woolsey. I don't know what airport that is out directly in front of me. I don't think that's our airport though. Okay, we're descending from 10,000. We eventually, I think Woolsey is 4,000. But Buckeye is 3,240 at a restricted, at or above. Airport's out to our right, up, forward right, like that. Our maybe our 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, not 2 o'clock, maybe. It's out there. I think is that the Ohio River? Yeah. I like the way it's managing the descent. It's just not trying to get down to the altitude quick, but see, it's managing it like it should. Looking good. Okay. So we're actually going away from the airport. That's why it looks like on my miles here it has us only 6 miles from the actual airport, which is partially true. We're flying away from it. So there's the airport. See it? That's our final destination there. We have to get in position and come back on the runway. Not as worried about these clouds. These particular clouds, they're thin and white, puffy ones. Not as much wind. Flaps 2. When we get turned is when I'll activate approach. Big turn coming here. Just let it go, slow and easy. Approach is active.
2,500.
gear down. Positive, full gear down. We are full flaps. What I'm doing right now is out of policy because you wouldn't actually be able to, on an SOP, catch up with your come this far from behind. But I think we can do it.
Sync rate.
500.
Sync.
400.
And what I did, like I said, you wouldn't call that stable. You wouldn't call that stable approach, but we actually did capture.
100 above.
Nice golf course.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Retard. 5. Retard. 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 Retard.
Got a little squirrely there because I looked down when I shouldn't. What I was trying to hit was that button. I need to reprogram a button on my system that disables or like that takes off autopilot and everything beforehand. Make things a lot easier for me. But I think we actually had a good touchdown. Welcome to Columbus. That golf course was really neat. I just noticed the scenery. Xplane's done a good job with that. The main terminal here looks nice. Actually, looks real nice. That really looks good. The graphics, the realism, immersion, it looks good. So normally SkyWest be coming in on CRJ 900, and we're bringing in an Airbus 321-2.0. Alright, quick replay before we close it out. We'll go back. Again, the golf course. Wow. Good job. Get that front nose down. Got a little squirrely there looking down like I shouldn't have. Good. I hope y'all took away a little nugget. Maybe you learned something. I always do. Never look down when you're in the middle of reverse thrust. Anyway. I'll see y'all on the next one.